Hey traders, welcome back to my channel. In today's video, we're going to talk about one powerful combination, the Keltner Channel and the RSI indicator. These two indicators together help perfectly identify market trend entry points and reversal signals. We'll understand everything step by step. First, we'll learn what the Keltner Channel is and how it indicates market trends and volatility. Second, we'll see how the RSI indicator works and how we get overbought and oversold signals from it. Third, how can you take accurate entries by combining these two indicators, such as perfect buy and sell signals? Fourth, real chart analysis, in which I will explain through live examples how I take my entries. Fifth, and most importantly, if a trade goes into loss, how to understand it and plan a better trade next time. Okay, let's start the video. Okay. So here I have opened my pocket option chart. I have opened the AED CNY OTC pair here. Okay. So here I have set the time frame to 30 seconds and we will set the time to 1 minute. Alright, we'll set the time to 1 minute here. And now we'll start adding our indicators. First, we'll add the Keltner Channel and RSI. Okay. We'll use two indicators and understand them properly. Okay. So now let's change their settings. For the Keltner Channel, we'll set the period to 15. Okay. We just need to understand things properly and not rush anything. Just sit calmly, watch this video, and understand everything well. Okay. Alright, so here we've set the ATR period, and for the multiplier I'll set it to 2. Let's check the styles here as well. In the style section, I'll set the top to green. Let's choose a green color here, and for the bottom I'll set it to red here. Okay, and we'll leave the middle as it is. Let's also change the background. We'll make the background white. Okay, we've set the background to white, and here we'll set this to 2 pixels so the line becomes a bit thicker, and we'll also set the bottom line to 2 pixels. Alright, and then we'll save it. Okay, so I've set up the channel here. Now let's look at the RSI. For the RSI, I'll set the period here. We'll set it to 15, but before that, let me change the colors here. We'll keep the main line red, and here we'll set the period to 15. We've set it to 15 here, and let's save it. Okay, so now our indicators are ready to use. Now let's start our analysis, alright? Here, I'll also change my amount. Here, I'll set it to $500. Alright, you should set your amount according to your own risk. Okay, so I've changed it to 4 here, and I've opened the AUD/CHF chart. Alright, so let's see where the market moves from here. Okay, so I think the market might go up from here. So after 8 seconds, I'll place a buy trade here. Okay, and I'll tell you why I placed a buy trade here and give you the full explanation. So I've placed the trade now. Alright, so let's understand why I took a buy trade. First of all, you can see that the price touched the lower band of the collar channel. Alright, whenever the price touches the lower band, it is generally considered an oversold zone, and the chances of a reversal increase from there. The second reason is that a strong green candle was formed here, which closed above the previous red candle. This clearly gives a bullish reversal signal. And thirdly, if you look at the RSI indicator below, the RSI was around 30, which means the market was oversold. And when the RSI moves upward, it gives a buy signal. So based on all these confirmations, I took a buy trade here because the market showed a reversal from the lower band, the green candle indicated strength, and the RSI also supported the move. Alright, to put it simply, this was a short-term pullback in which the chances of the price going up were high. That's why this buy entry was perfect, and our trade has been closed here, and we have booked a profit of $960. Alright, so let's move ahead and see what's next. Now I'll change the chart here. I've opened the CAD JPY OTC chart here. Okay, we'll understand everything and then we'll place our trade here. Okay, so again I feel that from here, the market will move further upward. Alright, here after 5 seconds I'll place my buy trade again. I took the remaining trade here because I saw that the market touched the lower band of the channel and then moved up a little. Alright, here continuous red candles are forming, so I feel that our trade might end up in a loss, but we are prepared for losses too, because loss is also a part of learning. Okay, so let's wait a little and see what result we get here. Alright, you shouldn't be afraid of losses. In trading, both things happen. There are losses and there are profits. Since we've made so much profit, we can also handle losses. Even if this trade ends in a loss, we'll still learn something from it, and you'll also get to learn a lot of things. Alright, here I took a buy trade because the candle touched the lower band of the Keltner channel and a green candle signaled a reversal. But the market gave a fake reversal, it couldn't sustain above the bar, and the next candle turned red again. The overall trend was down, so the price went lower and the trade ended in a loss. Okay, this is a classic example where taking a reversal entry without confirmation can be risky. Here, our trade ended in a loss. That's why now I've set the amount to $1,000, and here we're going to use martingale. The RSI is also in the oversold zone, which means buyers are ready to enter. So now I'm going to apply martingale here and take my trade with double the amount, because now the setup is clear and the chances of a reversal are high. Okay, so I've placed my buy trade here. I hope you're understanding the concept. If you have any doubts, you can ask in the comments. Our first trade was a loss, but then we looked at the chart again and saw a strong reversal signal here. The lesson to learn here is don't enter just by looking at one candle. Always check both the trend direction and confirmation. And it's important for us to have losses too, because that's how we learn things. Every loss teaches us something, and here our trade seems to be winning. Always remember, it's not necessary to win every trade. Sometimes a loss is also a lesson. The market always teaches patience, control, and timing. One loss doesn't mean you're wrong, it just means the market's mood is different. Learn, understand, and come back stronger in your next entry, because a real trader is one who doesn't stop even after losing. Okay, so we also stayed strong here, used martingale, and our trade has won here, and we've made double profit, recovering the previous loss as well. Okay, so in the same way, you also need to take trades and manage your risk properly and keep your knowledge up to date. Okay, so here I'm changing my chart. I've opened the chart for AD, OTC, and here we'll observe everything very carefully and thoroughly. From here, where could the market move, and we'll take our trade accordingly. Okay, so I've found a buy trend here. I've placed a buy trade here. Let's understand further. Alright, look, the market was continuously forming red candles and the price was touching the lower band of the Keltner channel. This zone is always a potential reversal area from where the price often bounces upward. At the same time, the RSI was near the oversold zone, meaning the sellers were getting weak and the buyers were in the mood to enter. This candle also formed a rejection wick, which confirms that buyers are pushing from below, so I took a buy trade here. Here, it is expected that the market will either pull back a bit from here or show a reversal. Okay, one more thing. The market did not break the previous candle's low, which made it clear that the sellers are getting weak. The RSI was oversold and the candle showed rejection from the lower band. This was a confirmation that a short-term reversal could occur, which is why I took a buy entry here. And now, our trade appears to be profitable. In 3 seconds, our trade here will be closed. Okay, so our trade has been closed here and we have booked a profit of $1,920. Okay, so I have opened the EUR CAD OTC chart here, and now let's see where the market could move further from here. So I feel that from here, the market could go down in the short term, which is why I have placed a down trade here. A $1,000 trade, I took a sell trade here because the market had been moving in a strong uptrend continuously, and after touching the upper band of the price channel, it entered the overbought zone. At this time, the market often gives a short pullback or correction here. Look, the candle has also formed a rejection wick outside the upper band, which means buyers are getting weaker and sellers are becoming active. Also, the RSI was closing in the overbought zone, which confirmed that there are higher chances of a reversal or correction in the market. That's why I took a sell trade here. Here, I was expecting the price to come down a bit or make a short-term reversal. Alright, and this area was a resistance zone from where the market had already been rejected before. When the price closes outside the upper band and the next candle is red, it is a strong sign of reversal. Here we have a small red candle formed. But here, our trade has already been executed and once again, we've booked a profit of $1,920. Alright, sometimes our accuracy is very high and sometimes it's a little low, but our trade is set. Okay, so here I'll change the chart. I've opened the Euro CHF OTC chart here on my screen, and now as we proceed, we'll calmly and carefully place our trades again, just as we did before. Once this current trade closes, I'll be ready to place my next one, which will be another buy trade right here on this chart. Alright, so I've placed a buy trade here, and let's understand why I placed this buy trade. This will also be our last trade of this video, so let's break it down. I calmly placed a buy trade here because the market was already in a strong downtrend with consecutive red candles. Then the price touched the lower band of the Keltner Channel and formed a rejection wick. This was a signal that sellers were getting weak and buyers were becoming active. After that, a green bullish candle formed, closing near the middle line, indicating a momentum shift. The RSI was also near the oversold zone, meaning buying pressure was increasing in the market. With this confirmation, I took a buy trade here, expecting the price to pull back upwards in the short term. Now the market is trying to move up, and in about 9 seconds, our trade could be profitable. Our candle also seems to be moving upwards. Okay, so our trade has become profitable and I've booked a profit of $1,920 here. Now our live account balance is $10,609. So that's it for today's video. I hope you've understood the concept. If you have any doubts, feel free to ask in the comments. Thank you for watching. Bye.